Good evening, everybody, and welcome back. It is a new homework week. We're here to discuss our picks for homework to help you better understand the thought process and maybe how to double dip, things like that. Any information you can glean, go for it. All right, tonight we have Harriet from Stitch by Stitch Recovery. I'm trying not to point because I never point in the right place. Vicki Hartwell from Reading and Stitching, also headmistress of Magical Stitches, and Jessie from Jessie Marie Does Stuff. So we are going to go over daily 30 homework, or we call it homework, it's not. Daily 30 prompts and Magical Stitches homework. So I'm gonna let Vicki start off with the homework for this week.
Okay. We are, Ursula is now telling us her side of the story. And she starts her story with visiting the three sister witches and their cottage, and it looks like a gingerbread house. So stitch on a design with a gingerbread house or something that could be used to make a gingerbread house.
Okay, so Harriet, you're first.
Right, so, okay, I've got something, which is good. So I think I will be stitching on my little dragon, who's Potion Keeper. Oh, please let me be sharing the right screen.
You are.
Okay, good. I'm not sharing work. It's all good. Potion Keeper by, it's found on Etsy at Lola Lotta Shop. And you could use like the lolly mints as decorations on the gingerbread house, or you could have sugar flowers, or you could even have chocolate coins. So I'm being a bit creative, but that's, yeah, I think I'll stitch on that one for this week.
She's so pretty.
Yes.
She's so cute. She needs to come out again.
Okay, so I've decided to work on sugar cookies.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
that's obvious.
gingerbread cookies make up a house, and look, this is probably a gingerbread house if we're being completely honest. So
Yeah.
I'm going to use that one. All right, Jessie.
Okay.
Oh, I gotta stop sharing. Hold on. There we go.
So I am probably doing penalty stitches this week for the most part, but I did nonetheless choose some things to give people some ideas. So I have Halloween sampler here. My gingerbread house is going to be a Halloween house because look at teeny tiny little candy corns.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
And the star, which you can hardly see there, but that would be going on my gingerbread house.
There you go. That's cute. So I'm going to go with my Mill Hill Village because all gingerbread houses have snow. And you snow for icing snow, and you also have trees usually sitting in the front yard. So that's where I'm going to go with mine. It's kind of the shape of it. It could be a gingerbread house. The shape of it. So
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, my turn. Sorry. Forget. All right. Task 2. Ursula is a sea witch who has Flotsam and Jetsam as her minions to do her bidding. Stitch on a design that has a minion of your choice. Now, all of these are 300 stitches. And explain why you would have that minion.
Right, so I have a couple of choices.
I know.
So I could do my dinosaurs and have a dinosaur as a minion, but I'm not going to.
I knew she was going to say that.
That would be a cool minion.
It would be a cool minion, but I'm not going to. Instead, I am going to stitch on Anzac by Long Dog Samplers and say that the shark is my minion, or if I need a land animal as my minion, I'd probably go with the little koalas. So yeah, they are my minions.
I didn't pre-think about any of this.
What about your guardians? Could your guardians be your minions?
Could they? I mean, they're statues,
Yeah,
but
they could be minion.
yes.
They could come to life.
Well, they're supposed to at night, right? That's
Right. So see,
Yeah.
they come to life and you're so close to a finish on that.
yes. Yeah. So this is the Guardians of Notre Dame, and I am on this last thing right here.
I
so.
think you should have one of these guardians be your minion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They could wreak
thank you.
havoc.
Mhm.
Yes, they could.
All right.
I am going to do in this moment, and these two swans will be my minions. And I think I'm going to name them Flotsam and Jetsam too, because that sounds fun.
That sounds fun.
Nice.
So I'm going to have a giant minion and I'm going to have an elephant. So I can send him to squish things when I need him to. And plus he brings presents. So there we go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, me again. Okay. Ariel's voice was her one defining feature. Her voice made her who she was as a person. She was at a loss at what to do when Ursula took it. Stitch on a piece that defines you as a person. And explain. This one can be very open-ended.
It's so existential.
It is.
Such a big word. That is a big word. Okay, let me do it in my terms. That's such an open-ended question. You could go any way.
Who am I?
Who are you?
Harriet?
So I'm going to go the easy way out on this one, and I'm going to stitch on Anzac by Long Dog Samplers because I'm Australian.
Okay.
Winning.
Yep. Yep.
I am going to go a little bit of a fun, I mean this in the best possible way,
You a witch.
but I'm a mean mother.
Oh. That's a good
Yeah.
one.
That's a
I
good
can
one.
work on mean mother because I never allow treats before a real meal. Actually, a lot of that really does fit, but
All right. Well, mine isn't as obvious. I went with the hope sampler because I'm a hopeful person. I'm not entirely optimistic, but I'm a hopeful person. So
I love it. That's great.
Okay. So I went more emotional. I'm going to work on my Paula Vaughn quilt because my grandmother taught me to stitch and I learned a lot from my granny. So I'm going to go with my quilt. Oh, me again.
It's you again.
Okay, last task. And this is a color task. So Ursula is, and this, I had to Google this, and this is actually what it says. Ursula is a plump, light, lavender-skinned, white-haired, I don't know, it's a science word. Basically, she's an octopus. And from the waist down has 6 black octopus-like tentacles with violent suckers. Stitch 100 stitches in the purple family. It must have a purple family name. So I Googled purple family, and it gave us the words lavender, lilac, amethyst, purple, orchid, periwinkle, mauve, violet, and plum.
okay. Harriet?
Cool. So, depending on how I'm feeling, I have 2 choices for this. I can either go with, this photo's really small, but the reader, because she has lots of purple in her,
Oh, yeah.
and that wouldn't require me doing a new start. However, if I'm feeling adventurous, I could start Violet by Nora Corbett. And, well, she has loads of purple, as you can see. So, yeah, those are my 2 choices. You could. We could do a stitch along.
Okay, so my
Rumpelstiltskin.
first thought, what?
Nothing. Continue. Sorry.
My first thought is possibly Autumn Reed because I still have this purple leaf right here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure it has at least 100 stitches in it. But I'm also really tempted to do a new start. And so if I start Anzac, there will be purple in it.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay. I'm bringing something out of the bottom of the coffin. It's the Fantasy Sal
Oh my
by
God, we haven't seen that forever.
Nadelcraft.
Wow.
Green Jones. And you can't see it here, but just imagine some purple stitches. The little fairy in here is wearing a purple dress. This is my new daily 30 piece. So,
Are you done with the border?
no, girl.
Because I mean, border has purple too. I'm just saying.
It does. Oh, I've done her dress. Yeah, I guess I'm getting purple in the border. Because her dress is done. But
Work on that border, girl. Get that border done.
yeah. Yeah.
That's the hardest part. It's the hardest part.
Yeah, pretty
I
much.
thought it was the prettiest part too, but it was the
I know. I love it. The hat and stars. It's gorgeous. But
So I'm gonna keep my quilt. I don't know. I'm gonna see if I can get this light off. This border right here is purple,
mm-hmm.
and there's some purple up here that needs to be done. So my quilt's I'm gonna use it twice.
It's a good one.
And that is only 100 stitches. Everything else is 300 stitches.
Mm-hmm.
And that is all for Magical Stitches homework.
All right. So next we have daily 30. I'm actually going to do that one this week. So it is I Love Lucy week. And I'm not going to read through all of it, but everybody knows I Love Lucy was a very famous, popular TV show, remarkable for the times that it was in. So the first prompt is, in 1948, CBS went to Lucille Ball in hopes to turn her popular radio show called My Favorite Husband into a television program. She told the network she'd only agree if her real-life husband, Desi Arnaz, was cast for the role. Stitch on a whip, you decided to stitch using the actual called-for threads, no substitutions. We're going to start with Jessie.
In this moment,
I mean,
Haid is just it's an easy one to go with for this. So
Yeah. Vicky?
Oh, I go next?
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
You follow me.
I know, but I got confused. I still have to finish my 500 stitches for Whip Go, so I'm going to be working on Air Dots. Joan Elliott, I'm not changing it.
okay, Marianne?
So I'm going to double dip with my Magical Stitches homework and do the little dragon because I haven't changed anything on him. And at the moment, out of my current whips, he is the only one I haven't changed anything on.
No kidding.
Yeah. It's what happens when you do a conversion in a long dog sampler. Like,
What about your dinosaurs? You did that?
no, I think I've changed back stitching on the
Okay.
dinosaurs. Yeah.
Also, the stitches for this week are 300, 400, or 500, so they're a little bit more, but they do line up fairly nicely with School of Magical Stitches, so double dipping is strongly encouraged. I would probably, I mean, I could double dip this one with Guardians or Autumn Wreath. So those are both in their original colors. All right, prompt 2. Before I Love Lucy, most shows were taped live in New York City, but since the Arnazes didn't want to move away from their Los Angeles home, the set was in California. It was also the first show to use 3 different cameras, which was revolutionary at the time. Put stitches into a whip with something you can tie into California or New York.
I don't know about this one. I went with Glory of Autumn because New York is like a travel destination in fall. That's where you get a lot of the great colors. So that's what I went with. I don't know. I might have to rethink that a little bit, but that's where I started with.
I went with Cinderella's dress because they have the Oscars and they have all those fancy award shows and the movie premieres, so they have to wear fancy dresses.
Mm-hmm.
Right, okay. Well, if we're going to use that, then I could probably double dip and stitch on Violet.
Okay.
for that prompt
Mhm.
because she could be going to an award show that is held in New York.
She
Mhm.
could.
I probably should find a way to double dip, but to go with kind of an obvious one, Lady of the Flag, because
There you go.
she reminds
Yeah.
you of Lady Liberty, which is in New York. So. Oh, that's me again. All right. Prompt 3. The Candy Factory episode has long been a fan favorite, particularly the scenes where Lucy and Ethel are stuffing their faces and clothing with chocolates while trying to keep up with the speedy conveyor belt. Stitch on a piece that you have felt pressured to get finished quickly.
Okay. Tough one, but I also, within this moment for this one, I have like 7 other Hades, and that is pressure for me to get this one done so that I can get to those other ones. So yeah, that's me.
So I've got 3 choices. I have to have my Cinderella done by the end of June for Semi-Sane's Fairy Tales. I've been working on my Advent Animals for Semi-Sane's Alphabet Soup. And I also have George. So one of those 3. Well,
George.
George,
Yeah, that has a
especially if
global deadline.
Harriet's pulling out them dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Well, funnily enough, so I have 2 options for this one. The first one is Celtic Spring because I'm so close to a finish on her. There is just so much pressure to just get it finally done and, you know, put in the whip box that goes under the bed and no one ever mentions again. But the second option is my A to Z of dinosaurs because on top of making the deal with Vicky, I made a deal with Kat. And for every page she finishes on George, I have to finish a dinosaur.
Don't forget your Stitch for Stitch thing with EJ too.
Yes, but EJ's never going to stitch on Mother Moon, so it's fine.
She says it's going to be Mother Moon May.
Let's hope.
Well, we'll see. I'm doing Dino Mania, I think, so we'll see how it all goes.
Wait, what? You're doing what?
Well, one of my choices for Stitch Mania is Dino Mania, or I'll just do New Starts, or I'll do both. So
Vicky's doing George for now.
yeah.
Oh, I was gonna do Mill Hill Mania. No. All right.
You should do Mill Hill Mania.
Okay.
Do what makes you happy.
Right?
Getting ahead of you.
For me, Guardians, obviously, because somebody keeps like shoving it down my throat to get it finished. I wonder who that could be. And then also Forever and Ever, because I've really been trying to push and get that one finished. So
yeah.
Oh, new prompt. The stuff Lucy was pouring onto the spoon in Vitamita Vegemin episode was apple pectin. Stitch on a whip using something you can relate to either medicine or an apple.
In this moment, I know I'm getting boring here, but there is a lotus flower down here, and so that has some maybe sketchy medicinal properties to it. So,
Well, yeah, that would be sketchy, but that's okay.
Mhm.
Do not ever let Jessie Marie give you medicine. Okay, so I've got 2 ways. I can go the literal route and do my first Christmas, because even in school today, when my kids have a stomach ache, I keep peppermints in my desk because I can't give them anything, but I can give them a peppermint. So I give them a peppermint when they have a tummy ache. Or I can go the feelings way and double dip with my quilts, because every time I'm sick, my granny would wrap me up in a quilt and put me on the couch with some 7-Up. So you think that would fly?
Why not?
Maybe?
Probably not, huh?
I don't know. Try not to sneeze. Hold on.
It's hard to say when there's never any real direction in the group. I mean, I think if your story is good enough, they take it. So
Yeah.
it's okay. Mine's out of the box too, but Harriet's got to go first.
So I'm going to do the little dragon again because he has all sorts of potions behind him that you cannot tell me is not medicine.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to use sugar cookies again, because a spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down. And cookies
Mary
are
Poppins.
with a spoonful of sugar.
I love that.
That's actually not bad, though.
Yeah.
Neither of those. Both of those are good. If it was up to me, they'd both fly.
It's all about getting the stitches for me. So if mine doesn't fit and I've done the stitches, I still win, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I think I'm just going to go with my quilt, because it, wrapped up in a quilt, staying warm, that's medicine.
Mm-hmm.
72% of all U.S. homes who own TVs at the time watched the episode in which Lucy gave birth to little Ricky. More people watched this episode than Dwight D. Eisenhower getting sworn in as president the very next day. Stitch on the whip that you've worked on for at least 9 months or longer.
Got so many options here, but
Yeah, like all of them.
you're right. So I started this like 5 years ago. So
George.
I don't know.
Not dinosaurs.
Let me just.
Not
Well,
done.
funnily enough, I think I've got a few. So Potion Keeper's over 9 months old. The Reader's over 9 months old. I could bring out my Chatelaine. I could bring out my Haid. I've just got so many things that I could work on that it's too many choices at the moment.
Everything but Anzac.
We'll see. Yeah. Everything but the two things I want to stitch on. Oh.
Usually how it works. I think I would go Autumn Wreath for this one too. Just get me that much closer to being done. It's my only 2017 whip other than a Haid. So it needs to go bye-bye. So, all right. And then of course, last, you have your daily 30 minutes of stitching, and that is it for daily 30. What do we have going on in Semi-Sane?
I starts Wednesday.
I starts on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And Choose My Whip is, we've got a new
Yeah,
one.
that's going on. I just posted mine. So
What are y'all doing for I?
ice skates from Mill Hill.
Dinosaurs, because it has an iguanodon.
Of course it does.
What?
I always forget to do the letters though, so you're probably pretty safe.
Awesome.
I've been doing this for the letters because they said that a true alphabet sampler counts, and I is for imitate. But let me just show y'all the situation here.
Jesse,
Yeah,
could you do in this moment?
I know, and I probably will have to because I'm a little far behind.
I would say so.
Yeah, I fell off the bandwagon on the alphabet soup. So it will probably end up being in this moment. So I can try to get back on that train.
Mine could be Guardians because it's by Ingleside Imaginarium.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh, you should do that.
Yes.
And I mean, since it's already on the list,
Might as well.
I know I am done with Deal or No Deal, but it is still going on. After that last game, I was like, okay, I'm gonna take these and just go. I'm done. And then
Frogs and
Stitches, yeah, is still going until the end of the month, which is past our next video, so we'll get it next month stuff after that. Anything else that y'all can think of?
No Enchanted yet.
No Enchanted yet.
No.
It'll be something to do with the cars. That's their theme this month. I have not been keeping up with supernatural and mythological, those two groups. I know mythological took a break for a little bit, but I think they're back at it.
I thought they were taking a break this month.
Yeah. Oh, I thought I saw a new post from them recently, though.
Nope.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I hadn't checked. And supernatural, I have no idea where that one.
Oh, hang on. They posted something today.
I don't know about this one.
Yeah, Supernatural Stitchers. They're doing the show Supernatural, the TV series Supernatural.
Mhm.
Okay, they're doing it's the season 1, episode 17, Hell House. Self-isolate and stitch. So, okay. By the hundreds this week or 200 tent stitches. Stitch on projects that meet one or some of all of these hunts. Other parts that are cold, stitch on a chilly project.
I would say in this moment it's kind of chilly because she ain't got no clothes on.
Her skin is purple, like she's freezing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I could do my post office. I could double dip that because it's got snow.
Could do my dinosaurs because they are, I was about to say a controversial thing because they're cold-blooded, but
You
I
could
don't
do
know, that's up
Guardians
for
because they're
debate.
stone statues and they're cold.
Yeah.
Okay. You need more laughter in your life. Stitch on a project that brings you joy.
In this
Anzac.
moment, because hoo-has. It's joyful. It's a happy piece. It's pretty colors.
I'm going to enjoy a new start. So I'm going to say that's what brings me joy.
I kind of like working on my Advent animals. They're fun. Even if they're fun, they're cute. Even if I did make a big mistake, that should be different. Okay. All right. Stitch on a project with a title or a designer's name that starts with the letters in Ghost Facers.
Heaven and Earth Designs.
Yeah.
George.
Anzac?
Okay. Dean sings again, gives some full cross love to any project, no boundaries, at full bullet strength, no penalty stitches required.
What?
I think
That's
it's just stitch on any project.
Possibly.
Dean sings again, gives some full cross love to any project, no boundaries. Okay, so there's just whatever you want.
Okay.
Okay.
That's easy.
That one's easy. Okay, since there are no penalty stitches this week, stitching on a project with a book or a car earns double points.
Interesting.
Car. Crap.
I don't know if I have anything with the car.
Pretty sure I don't have anything with a car. I have stuff
I have a
about
train.
the book, but not with an actual book on.
Train. I have a train too.
I don't know if
Not
I
a
have
car.
anything with a book.
The Raider.
The reader has a book.
I know, but I was looking at just what was current. Maybe my animals. Is there something an animal with a book?
Are they Brooks books?
Oh, my Once Upon a Fairy Tale.
Oh yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Wake up.
Oh, Farmhouse Christmas, I guess. A Little Red Country Truck. Yeah, that's all I got.
Also, I think Haunted Mansion has books on it. Yeah, it has a little bookshelf. Interesting.
Okay, and you're supposed to watch the episode also.
I'm in I'm at the end of season 12, so there's no going back and watching season 1 right now. I have started watching it again though. I'm starting from where I'm at.
I've never seen it, so is it something I should?
I mean,
You like mysteries.
if you're
Like
in
mysteries.
And supernatural things.
Yeah.
and really hot guys.
I do like hot guys.
Okay, so outside of that, we have another group that we're a part of. It is called Myth and Magic Stitch Wars. We are all a part of. However, Harriet and I are part of the Halflings group that we found out today will be playing this round. So feel free to come support us, be a villager, send us stuff. My villagers down here, I don't know where they are on your screen, but for me, they're both below me. Basically what you do
Really?
is, I didn't mean it like that. So basically what you do is you go in each day, they put up a number to make sure you're stitching, fresh. And you take a picture of your whip with the number, you stitch so many stitches, take an after picture, and based on the number of stitches that you got is different ingredients. They have an ingredients list. They're really weird, like crocodile spleen and vial of blood, things like that. And and then the clans battle against each other. They have to use those ingredients to make attack spells or healing spells, things like that, and attack each other. It usually lasts about a month. It really depends on how much attacking people decide to do. So if you're interested in checking that out, that group's open. Unlike Daily 30, which we forgot to mention, is not an open group. You cannot join. We simply tell you so that you can see how we double dip projects between groups. So that if you have two groups, you can do something similar. All right, that is it for us this week. We appreciate all of you coming back time after time to watch us, and we hope we helped you. If you have any questions, let us know, and we will see y'all next week.